is, I'd like to hear from each of you what you're going to do to make the commission meetings so more available to the constituents in a non-working hour, number one. Number two, to be run efficiently and professionally so that we don't have these 30-minute diatribes. I've been to a lot of commission meetings, county meetings, school board meetings, and I stopped going to the Hallandale ones because it takes 7 hours, 8 hours, 5 hours, and it's not run efficiently. And so I'd like to hear about that, number one. Number two, I've been living here 11 years, and what I see is 2 cities. One east of West Dixie and one west of Dixie. And as we're changing demographically as a city, with more and more younger families with children moving in, more minorities moving in, I'd like to know what each of you are going to do to unify the city as one city.
Ms. Owens, you have 3 minutes to answer your question. I have a minute to answer it. It's not fair, and I'm only going to take the first part, to be honest with you. I've been making motions for the last 3 years to have workshops. A workshop would make things go quicker. I've been making motions for the last 3 years to have evening meetings so everybody can come to the meetings and it's at your convenience after work. I don't control the gavel. Robert's rules, just like what we're doing here. Everybody goes up and down the aisle, and everybody speaks. Everybody has a time, and everybody moves on. With all due respect, the mayor likes to speak first, third, fifth, 7th, 9th, 11th, 13th, 15th. You make a point, she's got to make a point. You make a point, she's got to counterpoint that. You make a point, she's got to make a point. It's not a good way to run business. It's horrible.
Thanks, Keith, and thanks again for making that question. One of the things I mentioned in terms of my experience and what I've been doing, Robert's Rules, parliamentarian. I'm actually, as I said, I was the state president for the Florida Young Democrats. I'm actually the parliamentarian for the State Presidents Association for our national organization. So I've been dealing with parliamentary and board rules since college, and from speech and debate. I was the vice president of my student body. We had a $7.1 million budget when I was 20 years old, dealing with fiscal policies of state university. So I know how to run proper meetings. I know how to move agendas along, making sure that we don't have to be going on and on talking about the same thing for hours. So it's very important to understand that I have that experience when it comes to properly running meetings and moving things along. There's definitely a lot of the second portion regarding talking about uniting the city. I think I've been really working on that for a long time now, dealing with cross-city dialogue, making sure that we work with every single corner of the city. I only have 5 seconds, but we'll talk more about it, and I look forward to working with everybody here.
We talked about evening meetings. Way back when Fran Schiller was the commissioner, we started to take half our meetings in the evening. This was many years ago. We used to have just 10 a.m. meetings. So we try to make a balance between the retirees and the working class. Okay, so my idea about the evening meetings is fine. That's fine with me. I have yet to get that passed. I think we should have workshops. The county commission goes through 60 and 70 items every week. The reason why they can do it, because they have workshops. They get this out of the way. As for, if I was running the meetings as in place of the mayor, I would let our commission speak first before I would be the mayor to speak, to hear the rest of the commission speak. Because by the time the mayor finishes speaking, there's not a lot to talk about because it's so long. I mean, she does speak many minutes. And I really think the commission should speak before the mayor. So that's my time's up.